Hello there. You got Dale with Sellars Sporting and Outdoors. And we're here right now getting ready to clean a squirrel, Louisiana style. We've had quite a few requests for someone wanting to know how to clean a squirrel. So here we go. We went out deer hunting this morning. Deer weren't moving at all. So luckily we had 22 rifle with us. And walking out, we got a couple squirrels, so we're going to clean them right here for you on YouTube and give y'all little instructions. And I want to first also say, always practice gun safety when handling firearms at all times. Always assume every gun is loaded. Every time you have a chance to handle one, assume it's loaded. Here we go. We got a little cat squirrel here, and we were fortunate enough to come across a couple of them. And we're gonna make a little gravy a little later on. We're in West Louisiana Parish here in Louisiana at Tunica Hills. We had to scrape today. We had a good little hunt, so here we go. You're gonna first take the squirrel, hang him upside down by the tail, and right here, before I said above the tail, but here it is below the tail. You're going to take your little knife. I use a razor knife because it's very, very sharp, and you can change the blades out on. It works real well for me. You're going to take your blade, and you're going to kind of shave him a little bit right through here. Right below that tail, right below the base of the tail. You're going to cut the hair off a little bit like that. And all you got to do is put your finger on it, pull it a little bit. You're going to get you a good clean skin here. And these things are very tasty if you had never eaten squirrel before, if you are new to hunting, or if you've been hunting all your life. You probably started out squirrel hunting like I did. And it's a fantastic sport. It will humble you sometimes because they are smarter than you think they are. And they'll get you sometimes. So once you get it all cleaned up around the base of the tail like this, you're going to take your knife and be very careful. What you're going to do is make a slice right through here. And I probably should have got another blade. We're going to make a little slice. You're going to get to the bone of the tail, and you're going to cut down through. You're going to skin that skin down. Be very careful when you cut through the base of that tail. You're going to want to cut through the bone. Sometimes you can break it like that. Cut right through the meat. There's going to be two white leaders that control that squirrel's tail when he's sitting there barking at you on a limb. And you're going to slice down on the side, each side. Separate the skin from the meat, like so. And you're going to cut on down through. Like I said, these things are very, very tasty. It's one of my favorites. My favorite meal to cook is squirrel gravy. You smother them down with some onions, some bell pepper, some Tony Chachere seasoning from down here in South Louisiana. Once you get him cut down a pretty good bit, you can grab him by the back legs and grab him by the tail, and you're going to make a pull. And as you can see, the skin is separating from the meat. You're going to make your pull. You can take your foot, put it on the base of the tail, pull up, and as you can see, sometimes the hide gets kind of hung up right here a little bit. You just take your knife and separate this hide like so. Then you grab this part here, you pull it up, and hopefully it'll stay together. Yeah, it's separating from the front of the squirrel, and then you come on down, separate from the back of the squirrel, and there you go. You want to try to keep as much hair off of the meat as possible. So you have your squirrel here now. He's hanging. You can take this part, separate it on down off of the head. Stick your finger in here through his front leg on this side. Take your other finger, stick it through on this side. What you have is your two front legs, and you have the head. A lot of times you can take them and you can hang them on something. This is what we're going to do it this time. This is the way we're going to do it, because we got a nice cow skull here hanging. We're going to take the squirrel. We're going to open him up. Now, it might be a little squeamish for some people, but if you do it enough, you'll get used to it. You're gonna clean him out. You're gonna break him open a little bit. Take your knife, cut here, cut on this side. Hope my cow horn don't fall off. You're gonna do, you're gonna go right in here. You're gonna open him up. Take your fingers, cut. You're gonna cut the skin right down through here. It's kind of, you'll get used to it if you have never done it before, and it's well worth it whenever you get your finished product. You're gonna open him up. You're gonna pull this out. Just reach in there and grab it. Pull it. It comes out pretty easy. You're going to take this all out. Take your knife. You can cut that off because you're going to remove the head. We like to take this. We possums and such will eat that. So anything that's not meat, you're going to discard. You got a little spot right here you're going to cut off. A little fatty area. Discard that. Now you're looking at a completely clean squirrel on the inside. You cut up through that pelvic bone right there. You can clean him out a little bit. Like so. And there you have him. He's all cleaned out. At this point, what you're going to do is you can take your knife. You put it right here on his around the wrist. You put a little pressure on the back side of that wrist. Bone breaks. You separate that front leg, and as you can see, all the hair is turned inside out. So you're getting minimal hair on your meat. That's not good in the gravy. I can promise you that. I guarantee you. Like Justin Wilson used to say, I guarantee. Right here, you're going to take your head, you go ahead and separate your head off the animal. And there you have your little cool squirrel tail that you can hang on your rear view mirror or whatever you'd like to do with it. And then you inspect the animal and see that everything's kind of cleaned out of it. Any kind of fatty tissue or something like that you might want to get rid of. And the last part of it is about the hind legs. Same thing with the front legs. You're going to take your knife, you might make a little mark on it, put a little pressure with your blade on the back side, and it pops right off. And take the other leg, do the same thing. You come around with it. Separate that hide. And what you got when you finish, you got a fine squirrel ready for the pot. You just take him, cut a couple of onions up on him, put some salt and pepper, some Tony's on him. You saute him down, get you a little flour, make you a roux, and I guarantee you're gonna slap your lip. You're gonna smack your lips on him, because it's some of the best eating you're gonna have right there. Freshly clean squirrel. And you got Dale with Sellars Sport and Outdoors. And once again, always practice gun safety, firearm safety whenever you're out in the woods. And if you want to see some of our recipes, we plan on putting some recipes up on YouTube. for cooking squirrel and a lot of other wild game. See y'all next time.